Thank you, Thomas. Take
I
care.
want to bring in now Congressman Luis Gutiérrez, a Democrat from Illinois, and one of the leading advocates for immigration reform in Congress. So, sir, your colleague, Republican Congressman Greg Walden, told the Christian Science Monitor, quote, that we are looking at real reform that is done a piece at a time, step by step. My guess is it comes later next year. In your opinion, is a piecemeal approach the best way to go? Should that be the only way that the House can go?
It appears to be. Look, let's first of all get one thing clear. Democrats were in charge 2007, 2008, 2009, 2010 in the House of Representatives. We never took the issue up. Unfortunately now, for our side, Republicans are in charge. And guess what? They're going to say how it is it's going to come about. Here's the good thing. The good thing is they say they're going to do it. So if comprehensive immigration reform, Thomas, you and I take any bill on comprehensive immigration, a part of it is border security, a part of it's internal security, parts of the DREAM Act, ag workers, future flows for the high-tech industry, and a pathway to legalization for the undocumented. So immigration reform is clearly, you can clearly divide it up because there are different components that make up the package. Look, as long as in the end, none of the parts causes me any acid indigestion or illness, I say let's serve the meal in pieces and parts and pieces. The important thing is to get it done. The President of the United States, I think, has wisely said, let's get it done that way so that I can get a bill to sign.
Let's talk about the President, though, because you have this op-ed today in the Hill entitled Immigration, You Cannot Do Nothing. You take issue with Republicans blocking reform, but you also seem to take issue with the President and take him to task on the number of deportations under his watch. In part, you write, these undocumented youth are American in every sense of the word, including the confidence with which they speak their minds, but they don't have papers. You cannot go anywhere without hearing about the devastation caused by 2 million deportations. So yes, as Maria Teresa was pointing out, this is the President and his administration, the toughest on deportations in the history of our country.
Look,
so is the President backed into a corner on this?
Thomas, twice I've been hauled away from in front of the White House by the police protesting the President's actions on deportation. Today, unfortunately, there's a young DACA recipient, a young dreamer, who got a job with Congresswoman Sinema from Arizona. She's quitting because her mom is being deported. That's the tragedy that we have of the deportations. Look, this is something that stains all our hands, Republicans and Democrats alike. And what people have to figure out here and need to come to an understanding is you need to put the immigrants first and stop putting political posture in your party first. Because guess what? Barack Obama, 2 million deportation. The Republicans, on the other hand, will not move. But here, I see light. You talked about Weldon. You know, a couple of weeks ago, again, they said, oh, everything's dead. The Speaker said nothing's going. The Speaker cleared that up. Last week, he says, we are moving forward. I can only tell you now, Thomas, that there are still conversations going on, important conversations going on between Republicans and Democrats. And I want to thank the fasters. I want to thank them for putting this moral imprimatur on this fight and on the struggle. Those conversations are taking place because the fasters are there, the dreamers are following the Speaker around, because everybody is raising their voice. No one's going to get. And the last thing is, look, they're all going to become citizens. Let's just face it, 11 million, they're here, they're not going anywhere. The question is, how do we get them there?
Congressman Luis Gutiérrez, sir, thank you so much. I also want to note that in your home state of Illinois, immigrants can begin applying for driver's licenses today. The Chicago Tribune posting a story about that. Up next.